Snow is falling all around us, children playing, having fun. It's a season of love and understanding. Merry Christmas, the Huns. And tears all night round. What an absolutely fantastic Boxing Day we are having. What an absolutely fantastic Boxing Day Celtic fans are having. Celtic won 4-0 today. Absolutely dominated the games all night round. What an absolutely fantastic Boxing Day game today. And then during the live after the game, we did do Celtic a little live hack. Celtic won 4-0
if you haven't seen
today.
that video, make sure that you check it out after this live. There was also a video just went live on the channel of a Celtic pub in Glasgow today.
And then during the live
celebrating as they were watching the result come in.
We did do a little live.
Who's going to play this time? If you haven't seen that video, make sure that you check it out after this live. There was also a video just went live on the channel of a Celtic pub in Glasgow today.
And then during the live celebrating,
but they were watching the result come in.
We did do a little live. Who's going to play this time?
If you haven't seen that video, you have to say this live. There was also a video just when Celtic can choose the referees every weekend. But they were players were off the pace today. They know if you haven't seen that video, you have to say this live. Get them gone and say what's the point when Celtic can choose the referees he says, ha, know your place. Players were off the pace today. Yes, we've looked, they know if you haven't seen that video, get them gone and say what's the point when Celtic can choose the referees he says, ha, know your place. Players were massive opportunity. Rangers are sitting 35 points. Aberdeen are sitting 34 points. And disappointing result for Aberdeen today. They lost today. Celtic sitting on 40 points. Massive opportunity. Rangers are sitting 35 points. Aberdeen are sitting 34 points. And disappointing result for they lost today. Celtic sitting on 40 massive opportunity. Rangers are sitting Aberdeen are sitting. The audio. Wait a minute, I'm getting double feedback. I see, this is what happens when you get far too excited. Oh man, the audio. Oh man, I've been on for about 5 minutes as well, haven't I? See, this is what happens when you get overexcited. This is what happens. Apologies for that. You can't cut it because it's live television. It is live television. They're never going to believe us. We're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. They're never going to believe us. They're never going to believe us. They're never going to believe us. We're going to win the league. The zombies are in meltdown. They're chatting in meltdown. Right, let's jump over to the South Koreans. Let's jump over to the South Korean Twitterati. One Rangers fan goes on to say the club should refuse to play today. What's the point when Schmeltek can choose the referees in their games whilst the Gers get biased officials every weekend? Explains why the players are off the pace. We know the league is against them. Yes, we know. Get them gone, says Albanian football. The Albanians are in town. Oh, that's it. Haha, know your place. Scum, 12 points. Weep. And then a guy that I know on Twitter, his video is going pretty much viral. It's also on this channel. And then there is, I need to get this one. I need to screenshot this and get it up on the live. Donald Trump and his Irish connections. Yes, Donald Trump and his Irish connections. If you just wait 2 seconds, Let me just check that everything is fine. Oh man, how about 18 clear by the 2nd of January? I don't think that was possible, but it may happen. Let me just get this image live, because I think that it's, no, it's not browser one, it's an image. Let's just add this image. Absolutely, you're going to love this. This image is going to have you in absolute stitches. Donald Trump has just took to the lawn in America and he sent Celtic fans a message. There we go. Donald Trump has sent us a message. Make Rangers great again. We're going to keep that. Oh man, Donald Trump is in on the action. He knows that Celtic are the best team around in Scotland, and he knows that to make Rangers great again, we're going to keep that one on the page just for the foreseeable future on this live. Apologies for the... Can you see them? Wait a minute. Oh my God, where are they? Nah, yes. Can you see them? Can you fucking see us now? I can't see a thing. Can you see them? No. I can't see them. Wait a minute. No, wait. No. Can you see them? Can you see them yet? Nah, I think that they're... I don't know where they've went. They're definitely not coming here, that's for sure. And they're definitely... not coming anytime soon. Anyway, I want that Hasbat. It's got to be in the merch. We do have to get that hat into the merch. I love Trump. Make Rangers great again. That's it. We will get that into the merch tomorrow though. Take my cash, I'll order one. Merry Christmas, buddy. Good channel. Happy New Year when it comes. Yep. Llama bin granny's bin. Oh my goodness. You look down and you'll see them. I can't because I'm sitting on them. Absolutely sitting on them. Absolutely fantastic. They're watching you, Baz. Yes, they are watching me. We know they're watching me. They also know that we hacked their live today. Yes, we did hack their live today. And you'll see that live on the channel. I can't even go in and check it. But let's read some more of the Rangers comments. Someone's put up a picture of Santa Claus delivering. Yes, remember in May, Santa Claus delivered a late Christmas present to Celtic, and it was the League Championship trophy. Let's hope that Santa delivers the League Championship trophy once again. Celtic are sitting in a fantastic position at the top of the league. Celtic are sitting with 17 points. Let's get the league table up on. Let's get the league table. That's bound to have updated. Let's just see. League table. Click on that and see if it has updated. There we go. Celtic is sitting on 47 points. I need to get it above Trump. Let me just get it above Trump. And Rangers, Celtic are sitting on 47 points. Rangers are sitting on 35. The league is done and dusted as far as I'm concerned. There is absolutely no way back. Even though Celtic fans were disappointed, yes, Celtic fans were disappointed the fact that we did drop points against Dundee United or just before Christmas. Just enjoy it, because we know that we are Glasgow Celtic and we know how to get the business done and we know how to make Rangers great again. It's been an absolutely fantastic day. We have also had a fundraiser today for the Celtic Foundation, and just let me give you an update on that page, because it is sitting at 2020, sitting in 2020. What an iconic number for me, actually, 2020, because that's when a lot of people's lives did change. But I'll show the highlights of the St Mirren Rangers game. If there is a video you can watch straight after this, and it'll give you the full, right to the end with the Sevconians. That was brilliant. The wee Tims get a winner as well. Exactly. Kaiser. Baz, do a Christmas appeal for Kaiser. That's what I call 12 jackets for Ibrox. Because they're sugary peg material. Anyway, let's jump back into the comments section, and we've got to listen to this one, because this one will just add a little bit of hilarity.
Celebration, baby! Celebration, baby!
Right, a little bit of celebration, baby. Greeting bears on that one. Let me just see if we can get some other cracker ones. If you see the video that has just went up on the channel, oh, we've got to get this one. Probably just got demonetized for that bit of the video at all, but this is what you really want to be listening out for. This is on the video that has just went live. Snow is falling. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Anyway, let's jump back into. I need to just get the sound down for that, because we don't want any feedback. As what a night! What an absolutely fun. If you could ask for a better Boxing Day night, I tell you, this would be it. There's not many Rangers fans commenting actually. Sack that bald gimp tonight, says one. We didn't start out the best team. If Daniel and Hagi are stated, here we go. I need to get this guy on the channel. Oh, we need to get this one, right? We'll turn the audio right off for this. You'll wait to see this one.
It's leaving the end of the season, and I'm fucking going to get wrecked. Thank you very much. Hail, boys. It's leaving the end of the season, and I'm fucking going to get wrecked. Thank you very much. Hail.
Next up was Rangers chat. They said, find a way to get him gone. That's Christmas ruined. That's Christmas ruins is the next one. And then there's a couple of ones Brendan Rodgers absolutely laughing. A couple of ones of the Pope. 12 points clear. Merry Christmas. Yes, we are 12 points clear. Merry Christmas. And then there's a nice one by the Green Brigade back in the day. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Is that the Celtic way getting on that? That can't be the official Celtic way to get on that. But anyway, a couple of ones are there. We need to get this one on the channel. We do need to get this one. This is just purely for hilarity reasons. And we might end the live on this one. And then what we'll do is we'll get everyone to jump on to the videos. We'll get rid of Trump. We'll get rid of Trump and we'll replace him with this one. Because I think if you're going to end the video, you're going to end it with this. Yes. Merry Christmas. Put it right in there under the league. We'll get it right under there with the league. And Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. That's a little nod to to Kevin. And absolutely fantastic. Anyway. Big Baz gets Stevie hacked. Should we do it? Will they be even on? Let's see if they are on. Let's see if we can do another hackathon. Let's see if we can do another hackathon. Let me see. They might not have started yet. They might not have started. They may not have started. We'll see if we can. Let's see if we. Oh, they are. Oh, we have another. We have another. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Oh, we have another one. Oh, this is quality. Oh, this is quality.
Previously, it's as if, I don't know, it was as if Aberdeen took a hit and again the pressure got too much, or is it too much of a Merry Christmas to come out and ask them to do something on Boxing Day? I don't know, but I'm with you, mate. I'm dumbstruck slightly.
Yeah, I mean, this conversation that we're having tonight, Ian, can...
It's just between us, obviously, mate.
Many different ways. We can discuss it like we've discussed these kind of results in the past, but again, I don't know where to take it, Ian. I don't really know, and this is really poor because I'm running a podcast and my job is to talk, but I don't know where to go with this, Ian.
No, I'm totally in agreement with you, sir. I'm just doing some moderation work in the background there at the same time as trying to talk. But it's basically copy and paste. Go back a few reactions from a few weeks ago, just copy and paste and shove it back in, and we can just talk about the same stuff, the same play, the same.
I'm probably about to get blocked from the
imagination going
Rangers
forward.
review.
Something else
I have just said to them on their podcast, thank you, lads. It's all in the name of entertainment.
Ball ahead of anybody. We always play it into feet when they've got their back to the goal. That's not going to get you anywhere. The amount of times you look, I mean, don't want to bring up that lot across the road, but when you watch them, it's on the front foot into space so they can run onto it and get in there. We don't do that. We should do that. We don't do that.
No, but when we're struggling, we don't get a wee dodgy penalty.
This is very true.
I just thought I'd get that in there for people watching.
Someone, yeah, you got to make it smile. Got to make it smile. But we're back to that team from Dundee United and those sorts of games. Past that we have no imagination going forward. The players now again seem to not know what they want to do. I agree with Kenny. There's a bit too much in the way of tinkering. I don't see. I mean, I understand to a point the Raskin thing because one book and he misses the Celtic game, so I can see your logic in there.
There's a few people on their chat saying, "Just say
Lyndon,
Celtic, man."
I do say the word. Just at that point, that's what the words that came into my head. Yeah, I just don't think the players knew what to do. The tinkering's getting on my nerves.
Oh man,
yes,
this is absolutely brilliant.
We don't want to lose players, but we haven't got enough players to do the jobs we need to do at the minute. So just play your best team and carry on.
Right, okay.
Just say Celtic, man.
Let's do this and get it out of the road. Let's hear from the manager.
Yes, we're going to listen to the manager.
I have to do it.
Right, okay.
Let's see. He spoke to Premier Sports after tonight's defeat.
Philippe, you were in there for a while chatting to the players after that one. What did you have to say? And I guess, can you sum up how you're feeling after that?
Yeah, that we throw away 45 minutes and that you create your own problems because of that. So our first half was not acceptable. The way we played, our tempo.
Say the magic word, Phil.
Everything as a total, as a team.
Say
was
disappointed.
not good enough, and then you give belief to opponent. You get also a goal against where you make a mistake that you should not make. To make a penalty there in that situation. So a lot of things went wrong in this first half. So I was angry at halftime about what I saw in this first half. The reaction second half is good. There, the team showed what they've been showing in the last weeks, the last 2 months. Much more quality, getting the chances, creating the chances, scoring the goal. Should have been more. And then you have that one counter-attack where you get the goal against totally at the end of the game. And that can happen if you take so many risks like we did at the end of the game. But we need to play games like we played the second half, and then we have different results like they had the last couple of weeks. But it's about every 3 days doing that.
How do you remain calm and how do you stop yourself getting frustrated when the level of inconsistency that you're seeing is exactly what you're just describing?
No, but okay, inconsistency is that it goes up and down and up and down. The team has been consistent the last 2 months.
Oh, this is bad.
Or even a little bit longer than that. But today the first half was not acceptable, was not good enough. Not only from the two players I took off, for all team. I could have done more chances than two.
Again, we spoke about it before the match, the challenges you've got at the back, that continues with Leon Balogun going off as well. Does that crystallise in your mind the need to look at this transfer market in a week's time and think about bringing someone in and more defenders in?
Yeah, that's clear for everyone in the club. Everybody knows that. You don't need to be smart to see that it's very necessary.
Is that the first thing on your mind when it comes to this window opening?
No, I'm not busy with the window now. I'm busy with that we didn't perform in the first half.
I'm not busy with the window.
I'm very disappointed about that. I'm angry about that, to be honest, because you can make wrong passes or make mistakes, but we were below level in this first half with too many players, and that cannot happen.
Just a final point. How do you ensure that this doesn't become a huge moment in this title race? How do you ensure you can pick the players up and it doesn't become something that you live to regret?
It's in a few days a new game, and the only truth is on the pitch. So all the team needs to show that on the pitch, that like they did in the second half, that they react, that they can do better than what they did in the first half. And that was there in the second half, in all the second half until the last second of the game. So I don't have any doubts about that.
Thanks, Chris.
Here we go. Here we go.
I mean, in fairness, he sounded really pissed off, Kenny, but it's not really, doesn't make us feel any better.
It doesn't, but he knows what every Rangers fan saw. The first half was dire. I mean, the string of results we've pulled over the last good four weeks odd, you would have thought they would have come out and they would have been pacey, wide play, playing off triangles.
I'm not being funny, but guys, even my mince pie's got a star on it.
I'm not a big fan of Proper at all. I think he's far too slow. And then Barron is a wee bit more defensive minded than he is, and Raskin is.
Even the mince pies knows we're champions.
I didn't understand why when it wasn't working he didn't do the Ridvan at the back. Yefty at the back and Ridvan higher up and all this kind of stuff. Get some boys in the box earlier, but I'm not going to blame Clement for that. I'm going to blame the players. I'm going to keep saying it. It was disgusting the way they played the first half, and he's bang on with that. And he did sound pissed off. I get that, but you can't go back in there and say, but we played good football. But
this is brilliant.
You can't get 3 points for playing good football. You get 3 points for putting teams to bed. And I simply want to comments got it on there correct. We simply haven't got good enough players yet in that club to rely on a squad rotation and bring on people that can change the game. We just haven't got it.
No, we certainly don't need.
Their
possible penalty. I've got no idea about Jack Robinson. This
big
one,
shout
for
out to
people
Kaiser.
watching who maybe watched
It's
another
exceedingly
game today,
good pie.
that was a penalty. That was a stonewall penalty. I've got no idea even what Jack Butland's doing. It's easy to say after the fact. Could he have been left out? Missy's just had a win. Probably not had a
Here we go, excuses central.
But, hindsight's 2020. He's obviously said, "I'm happy to play. I'm 100%." Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah. Hey!
And what's your defence?
The blah blah blah's back. Remember the blah blah blah, chaps.
Good job you carried on talking then, wasn't it? So that I didn't have to. Saves me a yellow card, which is exactly what Butland got. But rush of blood to the head, goalkeeper rush of blood to the head. Ball's come over. He's got no faith in Proper to catch the lad. So he's just thought, I've got to get this. And from the minute that ball's going in there, that what's happening. You can see it a mile off. At first, I did the typical Rangers thing. Never he took the ball, changed direction, and then the replay came up and went, "Oh no, that's definitely a penalty." There's a lot of people saying that he was lucky not to be sent off, but he's made a genuine attempt to play the ball. I think that's what saved him. Definite penalty. You can't argue with it. And I think, again, I didn't have any confidence he was actually going to save it because I don't have the confidence in Butland to save penalties like I've had with keepers of old that we've had there. Absolute calamity. And it was just from one long punt up the field.
Which we struggle with time after time after time, Kenny. And look, if he had been sent off, I'd have probably sat back and been raging at the time and then looked at it after the game and went, well, he's made an attempt to play the ball, but he's got nowhere near it and he's just took the man out. So, if the referee gives him a red for that, I don't think VAR overturns it. But, I mean, one long ball over the top, Kenny, and we don't know what to do.
Oh, bro.
The thing is, as well, he always gets caught out with a high ball over the top, Proper, always. But when he did this time, he was actually making it back. If he'd have stayed where he was, the keeper, you can see he was actually pulling him out towards the edge of the 18-yard box. So, you're not going to score for there with a defender that close to you. Let the defence do their job. It's not as if the ball went over the box and he's only a 1-to-1 with him. He was well out wide, so thought process in Butland there is the same
that
sometimes
keeps giving,
with the ball at his feet. And he's a terrific keeper, right? But sometimes when he overthinks things, it's a bit calamitous. And I was raging. I thought it set the tone for the game, that the kind of panic. And I think a comment on there said that Stevie Robinson would have been hammering that into them. Get at that makeshift defence.
Man,
Make sure
I'm
you
that
cause them
makeshift.
problems and give them something to think about. Because sometimes you could see it. I mean, I don't know how many times you counted it, but the ball was bouncing about in the air a lot of the game. It was quite scrappy a lot of the time, and we don't play that type of football. So it was throwing us all over the place as well, and the panic was starting to set in, and it was embarrassing to watch the first half. It was.
No, it really was. It really was. And yeah, we're not in a great place. As Rangers supporters, we're not. But we carry on. We carry on. As difficult as it is. And just to finish on that first half, Kenny's absolutely spot on. I don't think St Mirren were fantastic, but we certainly weren't.
I wanna be your dog.
We just don't get back into it in that first half at all. There's not one player for me in that first half is a pass mark.
No, absolutely not. Awful first as bad as it was. I've seen us play all season. I don't think there's been many first halves worse than that. I mean, yes, Mirren weren't.
Just wait till Celtic bring back Kieran Tierney and Odsonne Edouard and an absolutely fantastic holding midfield player in January. That would be something else. That will send the current Buns right into Meltdown City.
At half time, in fact. Just went, nah, I'm not doing this. Nah, not today, not for me. And that's the problem with this team. If a team fights, they ain't interested.
I think it's so telling as well, though, Kenny, that how many times has the manager had to change it at half time to get a different reaction in the second half? It's almost constant now.
It is constant. If Carlsberg did Boxing Days.
It's a threadbare squad. It's
here we go. The excuses.
Massive amount of talent on the bench to come and change a complete game, or if you've got a plan B, then C. And when you bring them
big shout out to the Crow's Tales. I also am finding it
hard.
Throw
the dice. He doesn't know what else.
A big shout out to the Crow's Tales. I also am finding it hard on this very religious day to not laugh at the downtrodden.
It is, because we were actually doing not too bad at all. I think we were all getting a bit of positivity about us. We definitely run Celtic really, really close, and that's all we asked, to have a game at it, at least even try obviously and overturn them. But
brilliant! I'm going to sit back and eat my mince pie.
After all the hard work we've done the last few weeks, is that's probably how it's a hard. Barami, I know, but was he even in the game?
Anonymous.
Terrible, man. Oh, he was shocking, and he wasn't hooked quick enough for me. Do you know what I mean?
Kenny, he's been anonymous throughout a good run, I think.
Aye, and he's really terrible at tracking back. That's the thing that annoys me the most. See that if you're going to play in that position, you've got to have a warhorse engine. You've got to be back and forward to help out maybe the kind of number 6 and stuff like that. And he doesn't seem to have that in him.
No, he really doesn't. Super chats come in here, Ian, from Andrew Campbell. Thank you for the support, Andrew. I think Butland, Ian, is massively overrated.
This season, he's not been at it, really. He's cost us a fair few. He's dilly-dally. We got lucky in one.
I've got to say it was a super chat of 199, but fair play to them for getting a super chat of 199. Big up them getting a super chat for 199. Fair play to them.
Alex,
because I know how hard this game is. And let's face it, the guy that runs the channel, he is a YouTuber. And as a fellow YouTuber, hats off to him for everything that he does, even through his time of pain.
Goalkeeper for his Premier League clubs. There might be some truth in that. I don't think that Butland's been at it recently. I don't think he's like last year. He saved us a lot. Yes, he still has the odd occasional good save here and there. I mean, tonight he was awful from start to finish. He was awful. There's a chance in the second half from the corner. He just flaps, and we get lucky, and it goes wide. We've done it to other players. Is it time to bring Connors?
Yes, they're turning on Butland
at Rangers in and bring Liam Kelly on to give him some games, particularly as we're playing Motherwell next as well. That would be might be an idea, but I don't know what it is with Butland this season. But he is not the Butland of last season without that Adam Eder. That's where it all started to go a bit pear. Was Adam Eder the end of last season?
Can I just say, right? I don't care who watches. I want every single person in Scotland to watch this, because then I definitely get that kitchen extension, right? If you're a supporter of another team, don't come in the comments.
Fair play to Martin, and hats off to Martin. He is a fellow YouTuber, And he's not one of these ones that get paid by media companies. But he knows that this is the game, and he knows this is the game that we're in. And fair play to him. He wants as many people to watch the video tonight because he knows that, do you know what I mean, he'll get his kitchen extension. He'll probably need 1 million views a month to get his kitchen extension, but fair play to him for calling it out. And I do have a lot of respect for him for the fact that he is a YouTuber and he doesn't get paid from media companies. He doesn't get paid from organisations that are just trying to manipulate the media on the club's narrative.
No, I mean, the two of them really work well off one another, and they cause major problems. I think I text with Stuart Gilroy halfway through and said, this is screaming for a 4-4-2. It's screaming to get more action up front and maybe a little bit more dynamism and all that. I couldn't actually understand it. I'm thinking to myself, right, how come when Danilo and Agaman play up front together, there's loads of mayhem in and around the maybe 20 yards to 18-yard box and maybe beyond, and he doesn't play him again? That's the one that stumped me. I get the Raskin thing, he's 1 yellow card away, I get it, but the Danilo one to play up front, Agaman's no a single striker, he's no a one striker team player, he's
now put him out on the left, Kenny.
Oh, I know, see that, that's, you know, he's no bloody Terry Henry, you know what I mean, come on. I couldn't believe that when I saw him floating out there. I thought to myself, really? And then I saw Hadji switching sometimes as well, which has obviously been trained into them before leading up to the game.
There's a lot of hate for the Rangers review on the Rangers rabble. Obviously, the Rangers review.
Winning. Maybe not the asking thing, I get that, but you get Barron, got up at 1 or 2 goals, and then start playing about if you want to save for Celtic games and all that. We need to win the game first before thinking about long term. You need to think of the game that's in front of you first.
It's embarrassing listening to me about a penalty too. I was talking about a penalty today. God, Celtic fans can't keep up. Keep up, man.
That's because they don't know how many dodgy results they've had.
Hey, here we go. Hey, RF72's in the house. Huns are in the house. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the most successful channel on the planet. RF72 is in the house. That's it. Sit down, sit at the back, keep an eye on it.
We're down at what's Balogun, 36, 37.
Get it up, yeah.
And he was down looking as if he was holding the kind of bottom of his hamstring.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Yes, we have one in the house.
I cannot believe
we do. We have one in the house. We've managed to take one away from their own and bring it into our domain. We control the narrative. Yes, we control everything. We control the SFA. We control VAR. We control YouTube. And we control when you get listened to.
No, probably. If it is an Achilles injury, that's him at least for a month. So I wouldn't count on Balogun being there for the second. With Suter already out, he's not going to be back for the second either. So you're starting centre-back pairing at this precise moment in time, unless we bring someone in on day one of the window, is Sterling and Proper. Or you chuck in Leon King in now, because we're beginning to get a bit desperate in that in those states as well.
Bye, RF72.
I mean, even with 1 foot.
You see, the thing is, RF72, we control everything, and now you can no longer be seen on the channel. So it was worth your while just coming onto the channel, RF72, because you no longer can comment. We control the narrative. We control VAR. We control the SFA. We control when you can comment.
Tonight I was like going, no, he's done well tonight. He's done well. And then there was one point in the second half where he's looked to play the ball back to Butland, fainted, give himself the space to play the ball upfield, and then went, oh no, I do want to play it back to Butland, fell over, and off they went. So he's just not. I don't know what they do in Holland, but they don't make centre backs everywhere. They make the occasional good one, and unfortunately for us, the good one we've got is out injured till Easter. So,
did they just say over? Did they just say over by Easter? Over by Easter.
So yeah, I can be as absolutely sly as I want. And see all this, I'm more of a blue than you. Get that in the bin. We're all Rangers supporters. Nobody's more of a blue than somebody else.
I'm more of a blue than you.
Absolutely embarrassing.
We're gonna drink at the loo. I'm more a blue than you. I'm gonna drink at the loo. I'll drink at the loo. I'm more a blue than you.
We're on a dire
I'm more a blue than a you. I'm more a blue than a you. 'Cause I drink at the loo. More a blue than you.
Martin, that he grabbed, which is even worse. That's a long one to recover from. I don't know what it is with defenders. We just don't seem to get longevity out of a lot of them. And I thought Suter was by his problems because he had a wee run in the team there for a while, didn't he? And then suddenly now he's gone again. So he's going to have to get into transfer. Does that change everything then? Did they have, or was he earmarking certain players and now he has to change his mind because what's going on at the back? Does that take away the budget from what he was going to do for creative players? That he now has to think of maybe one or two at the back. Strange times, isn't it?
Oh man, we're all smushed together.
Yeah, strange times are not looking much better. And I mean, Ian, look, we could drag this on for the hour if we want. I mean,
Aberdeen FC's in the house after a shite day. I come in here, and Baz cheers me up so much. Welcome, Aberdeen FC.
Went through a decent-ish period where we've gave ourselves some confidence here. But the long and the short of it is we're not good enough to win the league.
You're never going to believe us. We're going to win the league.
It's luck. More than what it will be through skill or wanting to win it. And it's we are where we are. And
the statement of the night was, "Hey, bloods, quit it, because I'm more a blue than you. I'm more a blue than you. I'm more a blue than you, because we drink at the loo. I'm more a blue than you. I'm more a blue than you, because we drink at the loo. Because we drink at the loo. I'm more a blue than you."
Went back where we were, and it was the result, the performance, and all the rest of it.
Oh man! Oh Jesus!
This team simply isn't good enough. They'll give moments. I think European football suits them better. Playing against teams that actually come out and attack suit them better because they've got the gaps to run into. There was a question directed at me there asking if I still think that Cantwell was better than McGregor. Yes, I do. All you need to do is go and watch what he's doing for Blackburn. Proves it every.
Whoa! He's just said that Cantwell. Wait a minute. He's just said Cantwell's better than McGregor. I'm more a blue than you, 'cause I drink at the loo. I'm more a blue than you, 'cause I drink at the loo.
Hell of a game because it's Motherwell and they always give us a game at their place, always. And we don't have Fashion Sakala or Itten to pull us a goal. And then the week after that, at the precise moment in time, we're back to that doesn't bear thinking about because the feeling of running up between the Tottenham and Celtic game was we're going to get battered this way, that way. I'm feeling like that again now.
Rangers get
battered. No, it's not great. And a massive super chat from Scott Buchanan, all the way over in Canada. Fair play to the gaffer for the changes at half time, Kenny. The players should be fighting for them.
$27.99 Canadian dollars.
Why we look so rotten against teams who play the 10-man block against us.
So rotten.
Yes, fair play to the manager for changing it at half time, but it's not the first or second or third time he's had to do it. It's umpteen times he's had to change it at half time.
Oh my God.
You could argue that for the first 15, 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes of that second half, we looked good. Well, we looked better. We looked quicker. And then once we scored, it just seemed to go back downhill. And this park the bus, I mean, we should be used to that by now, Ken. And did St Mirren really park the bus, by the way?
No, that's the problem, Martin. They didn't really park the bus at all. They were still trying to play football again. I think it's a bit of a discredit to them as well because they were trying to play football as well. There was no as if...
Did St Mirren not win the game? How could a team that parked the bus win the game? By saying that a team parked the bus, it means that you didn't win the game and they didn't win the game. So you're implying it was a draw. Are they trying to imply that it was a morale draw until the last few minutes when St Mirren won? I know one YouTuber, one big YouTuber that does a lot of travel content will be absolutely ecstatic tonight. I need to go and text him after this.
That's probably more embarrassing than anything else is when teams sometimes break on us. It takes them, 3, 4, 5 touches max to get near Dublin or toilet doctors. Whereas we take 20 to get maybe 7 shots on target. 7 shots and 4 on target and things like that. These stats are abysmal. So that's why we're not winning games of football.
I'm merrier bear than you. Mirabelle and you were up to your knees in toilet duck. Surrender, drink it till you're dry. We do the toilet duck. Schwally. Down the toilet we go. It's gone fucking to pot now. I don't care. It's Boxing Day.
Last straw, in my opinion. Now, in my opinion, it's only worth. Well, it's not really worth anything, but I'll give it anyway. The result of the Old Firm now does not matter.
Yeah.
If we beat Celtic, what to do? For me, we're still not coming back. And if they beat us, it's just more embarrassment for us. However, in terms of the manager, what is going to be spoke about, is the Old Firm the last straw for him?
Hey!
I don't think so. Even
somebody might tell them there's no Old Firm
against Celtic on January the 2nd. I still think he'll be here till the summer anyway. I think the board they've kind of shot themselves in the foot with that extension. We can go back to that again. I think he's here for the long haul, unfortunately. I don't know. Personally, I don't think he sees January the 2nd, particularly depending on what goes on at the weekend. He's been up and down all season. Just go back to the fact that he's played 8 times against Celtic. He's got nothing. A couple of draws. He's got nothing. And no Rangers manager should see that amount of defeats against Celtic and carry us forward, because if you can't beat them, as somebody who used to be on this pod once said, if you can't beat them, then you're no use to us. Because if we can't beat them, we can't get close to them. But again, we could win all 4 Old Firm games in a season, but if you can't beat the rest, you're still not going to win the league. So it's that sort of situation at the minute. But for me, I was getting away from the door. I was beginning to have a little bit of, not belief that he could do something, but I was beginning to sort of go, okay. In the last few weeks, he's given me something to look at and cling to, and can he get the best out of these players and move forward and do everything? But I'm back towards that door again. As actually, is it because the games were big games and the players wanted to showcase themselves, and now we're back to playing the? No offense to St Mirren, because I think they highly deserve what they got tonight, but the dross of the league, and they just can't be bothered to turn up. He doesn't seem to be able to motivate, and if he can't motivate, then again, he's no use to us. We have to look for someone else.
I don't know what's worse. The fact that this new camera that I've got is showing how many grey hair I've got, or that Rangers get beat. I'm trying to figure out which one's worse, to be brutally honest. But Kenny, all seriousness on the manager, does it matter what happens against Celtic? I mean, look, I might just be being really, really pessimistic because the game's just finished. We're all annoyed. We're all fed up. We thought we were going to somewhat get back into this title race, if you like, and now it feels as though it's all done. It's doom and gloom. I mean, am I being realistic? If we beat them on the 2nd, does it change anything?
If it gets beat in the 2nd, you shouldn't be allowed the money for the transfer window. That's just the blunt truth. I think they used to make the comparison with Steven Gerrard's teams in the first 2 years when he didn't win anything. But the point was, he was closing the gap on them a lot faster. He had
the gap there, talking about the back. It's the necessities.
Honestly, I think
there's Ian Aberdeen. I need a laugh, and this was the place to come. Thank you very so much.
He has to go. As Ian was saying, you can't have
a big shout out to Ian Aberdeen. He is an Aberdeen fan, and he comes on the channel and comments quite a lot. And fair play to him. He is a subscriber, and he's also a channel member. So a big shout out to Ian Aberdeen.
It is a kick in the teeth today. Maybe a bit raw. I might be right, but if you look at the string of results we've had, if you take away Europe, there's been some decent wee runs in the league there, right? There has been. But there's always a wobble in us. And he's been in long enough to try and eradicate that wobble, and I just don't think it's working with Clement at the minute. I've tried to be an advocate for him, you know that. I've tried, but he just doesn't seem to be getting a song at the minute. I don't know whether they're just not buying into his philosophy, or
we'll never be masters.
I don't know what it is, because we've been blaming players, blaming positions, blaming tactics, blaming everything, but all of that falls down to the guy who runs them. Mm-hmm. So for me, if he loses that,
Stephen Kelly's a panda from Paisley.
Anyway,
Bring up the Paisley.
Yeah,
boys.
we shall wait and see. Just in terms then, before we finish up, a few individual performances tonight.
If Stephen Kelly is from Paisley, he will know one of the most famous YouTubers that come out of Paisley that is a St Mirren fan. He does a lot of travel stuff, and he's a good mate of mine, and he'll be over the moon tonight.
Raskin showed why, for me in the second half anyway, that he is one of the best players we've got at the club right now. And who would have been saying that a month ago?
Yeah, we all hoped that Raskin would be this type of player, but he never looked like he was going to show it. But good fair play to him, he is. But Connor Barron, he was taken off at halftime for a reason. He didn't have his best 45. He was given a chance to prove why he should be in that starting 11, and unfortunately tonight I don't think he took it. He did a couple of good bits here and there, but overall they just lifted the ball over him and Dio all the time, and they were pretty much not at the races for that first 45 minutes, and it's no wonder he was taken off. It was a bit of a surprise because obviously Dio had the booking, so he could have understood it if he took Dio off to protect him from getting sent off. But I suppose that goes to show how bad that first half that Barron had. But he wasn't the worst player in that first half by any stretch of the imagination. There was some there that I forgot they were playing. I thought we were playing with 9 men at some point during that first half. Dio had a shocker in the first half as well. Bayrami, awful. Czerny wasn't at it. His passing was off in the first half. You could take the easy target and say Tav, but defensively again he wasn't up to much. But he was still trying to get up and down the wing. He just wasn't looking at the Tav that we've had in the last couple of weeks. Your list goes on and on. That first half was awful. Second half was better because two people that should have started came on.
Do you know what I don't get, Ian? See, when we're playing that poor as a team, how does everybody's first touch just go? At periods in that first half, nobody had a first touch.
No, I mean, again, I'm going to pick on Czerny for this one. His first touch when things aren't going well just seems to disappear. And you could, at times, I think, is it in the pitch, but then that's the same for both teams, so you can't blame a pitch. It's the same for both teams. St Mirren seemed to be more sure about their touch. We were like, oh, no.
Fredo's got toffee in it.
Even if they did get a run of plays, the decision-making again was the wrong thing. When they should be going out wide, they're going through the middle, which is exactly what St Mirren wanted us to do. They wanted us to make it compact and through the middle because they could deal with it. Because how many times did it go to the edge of the 18-yard box in the middle of it, and it was just a swarm of black.
Yes, Wilson QW. What did they say?
They wanted to fight. We went up for it, and the players, I think, reacted to the fight and reacted completely the wrong way.
I get mentioned in their podcast.
I don't want to sound like a hypocrite here, kid. Right? I've been singing Yanis Hadji's praises.
I've been saying because we drink from the loo.
I've been saying he's been massive for the team. He's been involved in a lot of good stuff. Did we see tonight, though, the negative side of Yanis?
Because I drink from the loo, I'm more hot than you. Because I drink from the loo, I'm more hot than you. Because I drink from the loo.
You can still go on and score a few more goals, but in a game like this tonight with St Mirren, who, look, Stephen Robertson, he has his teams well drilled. Whether they sit back or whether they're further pushed up, every single player knows what they're doing. And it just felt like to me that Hadji was slowing it right down.
He wasn't the only one, though. I think it's a collective problem, and I think the worrying thing for me is starting to find footballers that maybe when 2 or 3's having off games, that there's ones that it doesn't matter because
the comment of the night was, "Mate, I'm more blue than you." And we all know the song, because I'm more blue than you, I'm more blue than you, because we drink from the loo, because we drink from the loo. I'm more blue than you, I'm more blue than you, because we drink from the loo, because we drink from the loo. I'm more blue than you, I'm more blue than you.
These players with better, stronger attitudes. So when they're on, a couple of the players are maybe having a wee quiet day. There's a couple of players that can pull us out the trenches and get a result. And we don't seem to have those players. We seem to have the same like-minded players when there's a bad day. We all have a bad day rather than saying, right, where's the kind of almost Barry Ferguson-esque that's right across a pipe in the middle of the game and shouting and screaming and telling them to get their finger out and you do this and direction. It's all very well Clement been away over that side of the park, but you need a general that can basically master and muster everything in that part when it's going wrong. That's why Rangers, there's a good comment that said about the spine of the team. That's where you need it sorted, so that
man.
you've got at least two that can really drag you out of things like that when the game's a bit nasty, and we don't have it.
We can't listen to them for much longer. We need to go and spend time with our families. The missus has been had the telly to herself all night.
That's about it. And we are talking about a spine of the team. That's about it. And look, I mean, Igaman Ian, another game where it kind of passed them by. I mean, I keep it's the same on every show. You can see the quality Igaman has and the wee touches he has, and he actually makes a really good chance for himself. I can't even remember if it was first half or second. I think it may have been the first half, and he should actually do better with the finish. You can see the quality there, but I mean, if you're the manager, you're looking at Igaman and going, right, maybe he just needs brought out the team.
I think that would have been tonight. You should have brought him out, maybe started Danilo and then introduced him back into the game. He has moments, you can see it. He's got moments of quality in him. There was parts during that game where I was saying that I do love the kid because he's not afraid, no matter where he is on the pitch, to bring that ball down, hold them off and bring other players in. And he does that fantastically well. There was one point, I think, in the second half, I think it's the chance you're talking about. If that had gone in, you're talking about a goal of the season.
Shove it right up your stomach.
But
chocolate starfish.
I have to agree with Connor, who has said this a couple of times.
I'm more glue than you.
There is that. But that had Dessers missed the chances that Igaman had missed in the last couple of weeks, particularly that one against Dundee against the bar from a yard out, we'd be going all in on Dessers.
We'd be going all in.
Giving Igaman a bit of a chance because he's got credit in the bank from some displays this season already. I think it might be Motherwell particularly. I would bring him out now and have Danilo start up front. I just think it's a lot to put on a kid who has come from Morocco, who's never played football to this level. We've also given him a chance, and we have done, and he showed us what he can do. But I think equally you've got to protect him.
They probably got him for the drugs.
Because we don't want to burn him out, for one thing. If we burn him out, he's no use to anybody. So maybe it would be prudent to let him sit on the bench.
I tend to agree with that as well, Kenny. I think you've seen that in the last couple of games. It's not that he's running on empty. It's that just nothing's coming off for him. No,
he's just not getting a bit of luck and things like that. And I think the first half you were asking him to do everything on his own. So we all agreed, everybody that's been on his podcast over the weeks, we've all agreed that he plays better when he's got somebody on his shoulder or somebody next to him to have a bit of 1-2s and things like that. I think he was a bit lost today, to be fair. I think a lot of the team were. The imagination just wasn't there. Apart from the wee 1-2 into the box where he should have finished it. But again, a wee bit unlucky. As far as Dessers concerned, Igaman was meant to be a player in a big squad who comes on and off and learns his craft and gets better, and we nurture him, we look after him. But unfortunately, we're having to throw these players in and ask them to do jobbies when it should be a large squad they're in, so that they can learn how to do the game properly at their own pace and stuff like that. We've no got that. So it's you're going to get these type up and down roller coaster rides at the moment.
You mentioned Dessers here, Ken, right? Now Dessers came
keep it on going.
I don't
just
think
call
he
it
was
a
offside
night.
once.
We can't do this anymore.
We're looking for improvement. That's improvement. But he got no service when he came on, did he? Or I mean, I can't remember a single chance that was created for him. Now, we've spoke long and weary about how Dessers isn't good enough. We all agree that moving forward, if you want to win leagues and stuff, you can't have Cyril Dessers as even your number 2 striker, right? Mm-hmm. But see, when that is the case, and he can't do it on his own, the team don't help him, Ken.
100%, Martin. 100%. I've said it before. Where's the goals coming from outside the box? Where's the shots coming from? I mean, if you've got half a yard hit it, it's all this trying to tap the ball into the 18-yard box, and that's not going to happen.
Czerny, Tom Lawrence, who had
guys
who were supposed to be brilliant from outside the box.
Wait a minute.
Good long range.
We need to leave these guys, right? We need to leave them. Thank you to the Rangers rabble for their hilarity tonight, but we need to listen to the professionals. Yes, these are the professional journalists that work for Rangers Fan Media. These are the professional journos that do work for Rangers fan media, so we should give them the due courtesy of being professional journos. Fuck off.
Here, Rangers drop more points. Rangers have a damaging evening, not just in their context of the Premiership season, but I think in the context of Philippe Clement's story at Rangers over the last couple of months in particular. 2-1 defeat away at St Mirren sees Rangers fail to close a gap that they had marginally at the top of the table last week. They went behind after conceding a penalty kick half an hour into the game, equalised with substitute Danilo around about the hour mark, but conceded a Boyd Munn's goal in extra time, 98 plus 3, to ensure that they wouldn't even take a point. Not just into Glasgow. We're going to get into the kind of immediate thoughts just now with the game about 20 minutes in the rear view mirror before tomorrow's morning briefing. But Stevie, I'll come to you first and foremost. I thought, just to give a brief summary, that Chris and I spoke before the game, and rotation. Listen, rotation is easy to speak in hindsight. Rotation was going to have to come at some point. Rangers have, I think, 11 games before the end of January, I heard.
And just remember, this is the paid journos, that are affiliated to the same company that runs some other paid journal websites. It's the Rangers Review, which are the paid journals version of the Rangers media.
For Rangers, they got back into it, and they did respond after the break, but too many elements of that performance away from home had a familiar sense of the type of Rangers performance we've watched that's lost them too many points by December. Is that a fair assessment, do you think?
Yeah, but the first thing I would ask, is anybody truly surprised by Rangers this evening? And the answer is no. We've had 8 away games, 7 goals, negative goal difference, 4 defeats. Rangers are a toss of the coin to see which team turns up under this management, I'm afraid, if we're brutally honest. And, we've given them praise in the last couple of weeks because there was a slight upturn in attitude. But today, he reverted back to what we'd been doing before, and it's no surprise suddenly that we find ourselves with the same outcome. That first half was a carbon copy of many first halves, Joshua, that we've seen this season. And the truth is that Rangers play in spells in games because we're not good enough to dominate teams properly where we should. Yeah, we've got a lot of possession, but we don't hurt teams. And that front four, I would put into that, he didn't do anything in the first half. And I've got absolutely no idea why, he almost stumbled onto something that worked, Joshua, and he reverted back to old type today, and Danilo being up there. Are we really sure that Danilo's the answer or that he's brilliant or anything? I'm not sure we are, but he certainly adds something to this team because he plays in between the posts. And, there was absolutely nothing up there, and it allows Eagle Man to drift in and influence the game and stuff like that. And it just didn't work today. And it shouldn't have been a surprise because we've tried it so many times. And it's just, do you know what? The summary of the game is, it's a frustration because we've seen this before. We really have. This, we've managed this season to get out-thought by Stephen Robinson, Jim Goodwin, Stephen Naismith, who ended up getting sacked. The list of managers that has managed to counteract what we try and do as a team is endless, and it's not good enough. And everybody knows my feelings are quite clear by now, but we're now 12 points clear on Boxing Day, and it's 12 points behind Rams. So we're clinging on to having just got back into
12
second
points
place,
clear on Boxing Day. 12 points behind. He just said 12 points. We're 12 points clear. You have to understand that this is the same media company, and I'm going to name them, that run the Celtic way. And they're in tow with each other. Oh, we're 12 points clear. Oh, shit, I'm on the Rangers Review site. We're 12 points behind.
Yeah, the first half stats, so read them out to you, Stevie, because they don't make for good reading. Rangers, their expected goals by half-time was 0.15. They'd only had one shot inside the opposition box, five or six attempted from outside the opposition box. Improved after the break, 1.35 expected goals, 15 shots attempted, 4 on target, I think about 8 or 9 inside the box. But the reason I'm highlighting that is that it felt like Rangers kind of wasted that first half. And they obviously conceded the penalty, and we'll get into the defence. We'll obviously get into it in more detail tomorrow. But I guess the question I put back to you as well, Stevie, is how much is tonight about individuals and players taking responsibility as well? Clement needs to be able to rotate and change things. And listen, had Raskin started that game and he'd been booked 15 minutes in, there'd have been criticism for that. I think the decision to not play that front four that has worked up top together is a little bit more confusing because Danilo made a marked difference. I think it's harsh that he's the one who was to come out of that front four tonight. Jack Butland makes a bad error.
Stephen Kelly, it has, hasn't it? It's amazing that. It's amazing how a few lubrications can help clear the throat.
So how much do you put it down to individuals? Because Nico Raskin made a big impact, I thought, after the break. Clement should be able to rotate. But this question of like team selection and the unpredictability of the team that Clement is going to select has come up time and time again. And tonight, does that really put it into focus, or do you think that responsibility needs to go on individual performances in that first half as well?
Well, it goes to both, Joshua. You cannot, and I'm with you, right? First of all, the Raskin thing, I completely understand, right? Completely understand it. And whether I agree with it or not is a different thing, but I understand it. Somebody asked me, a couple of weeks ago, who's Rangers' most vital player at the moment? And I said it's Nico Raskin, because purely the tempo and the drive in midfield, you've seen it actually when he got back to block Robin Propper's mistake, what he's like in covering and things like that. So I understand why, and you could tell, and it would really help if Diamandi would stop picking up cautions in the middle of the park, because he's, I think, 9 bookings this season. It's far too many. He gets himself in a position where he can't influence the midfield for tackling and things like that, Joshua, which is particularly difficult. It means that Raskin's left with a whole lot more to do. But I understand the Barron thing. The thing with Connor Barron is that he doesn't play with the same intensity. However, Connor Barron's trying to hit a front four, which is musical statues at times. And we've seen this before because we have sat and discussed this countless times. And with you, that is more of an issue for me. The taking out of Danilo. Eagleman naturally goes left anyway, so there's no focus up top. Bayrami and Hadji are not finding anywhere near enough of the ball to influence the game. Czerny, the amount of times Czerny got it on the right-hand side today, and he was static because he's looking up and there's absolutely nothing to hit. There's nobody to play off of. How many times does Czerny play 1-2s off Danilo? Because he's the only one that stands and actually offers somebody to play the ball into and stuff. You take Danilo or a 9 out of that team, and Danilo, by the way, is the only 9 because Hamza Eggman drifts wide and Dessers can't hold the ball up. So that's the issue we have, and you lose that from the whole first half. We get nothing there, and it's no surprise that we lose silly goals because we don't defend well enough anyway. Yeah. And they do come down to individual errors, but there's a lot, there's a lot of errors in both goals. Not only Jack Butland in the first goal, but Jeffy's too slow.
I'm more blue than you. This is the song that got us all going tonight. I'm more blue than you, 'cause we drink out the loo. I'm more blue than you, 'cause we drink out the loo. I'm more blue than you.
It frustrates me to sit and go through it all when ideally we could just play a podcast from a couple of months ago, which is the exact same story.
Yeah, I tweeted.
I tweeted. I tweeted. I do apologise to all the Celtic fans out there that do just want truly Celtic content. But when you do look back the history of this channel brought out its first Celtic video when the day that Neil Lennon was made manager. And it was one of the first channels to do Celtic content with the hashtag the Banter Years. And if you look at the Banter Years playlist on this channel, it does go back a long time. So there is a history on this channel of having Banter Years video. And I make no apology. This is not a Celtic channel that is controlled by Celtic Football Club, and it's definitely not controlled by a media company. And I do not want to be a journalist by any means. I have no aspirations to be a journalist. I'm a YouTuber all day long. I'm a YouTuber by accident, as they say, and due to circumstances. But it is what it is, and this is what you get on this channel, and it is hilarity. And if you do not like hilarity, and if you do not like the odd bit of Rangers fan meltdown, and if you like faceless channels, well, I was the one that gave you Celtic faceless channels a long time ago now. But anyway, this is what it is. this has been one of the best Boxing Days ever.
But let's talk about both of the goals, Stevie, because the first goal came after Liam Balogun had went off injured, and I guess that's another negative tonight for Clement Balogun, who...
I've got to say, this is what makes YouTube great again. YouTube has been infiltrated, and I have said this, YouTube has been infiltrated by channels like the one that we're listening to, that are fan media channels that are paid to do YouTube videos by a media company. Now you can look up the Rangers Review and you can look at the company who owns the website and who owns the rights to everything that they do, and they're all connected. You know, they're all just doing a job, and listen, it's their chosen career to be journalists. But this is YouTube, and this is the land of the free.
Forward, what comes to
in the land of the banter
that we spoke about. And we actually spoke about it, I think, after the game against Dundee at the weekend, that Rangers play too many long balls, I think. And sometimes that's the nature of this style of football, is if you are going to go direct and if the game is going to go end to end, when you can't sustain pressure like they did at the start of the second half, then you do maybe leave the game open to these type of variables. And it was just a bit of a freak goal, but I don't think it's, you know, there is some a pattern as to how Rangers actually concede that opportunity in the first place.
Yeah, but it's a looped clearance which catches us out, which we've seen before, which has cost us. This isn't something new. Jeffy is slow in getting up. He's done that before. And Robin Proper is out of position and then no speed to get back. I mean, what Jack's doing is a complete mistake.
I'm going to quieten him for a bit, because I was just seeing an absolutely fantastic comment, and this is the kind of comments that make this channel all worthwhile. Since the passing of my wife, Baz, you and this channel and the beautiful Celtic supporters and family have kept me going this Christmas. Thanks, guys. And that's from Scotty to Boy. This is why I do YouTube. It's for comments like that. And it is, and I sincerely mean that. It is, I can name subscribers that I've had over the years that have passed away. And there was one guy up in Aberdeen from the Grampian boys, and he used to comment on it all the time, and then he stopped commenting about a year ago. And his wife came on about 3 months later and said, "Thank you for everything that you've done. Thank you for giving him a bit of joy in his life." And this is why I do YouTube. I don't do YouTube to become a broadcaster, but to become a reporter, I'm just a fan that has got lucky. I'm just a fan that has been doing this long enough to be in a position where we've built a fantastic community. And it is comments like the one that Scott just put up. Since the passing of his wife, this channel has been beautiful, and the supporters and the family and the community. This is what makes me, this is what gets me. And you have no idea, as a Celtic channel, you guys have, and I speak to the missus about this, you have no idea the effect that some of the comments have on me. And with that being said, we're going to bring the video to an end tonight. We're going to bring an end to the hilarity. We are going to bring an end to the hilarity, and it's maybe doing a bit injustice because the channel is absolutely flying just now. We're doing 300 views a minute. We'll stay on. In respect for Scotty, we'll stay on because he deserves it, and my emotions need to take second place because this channel's not about me.
Last 8
it is about the community.
That fixture. They're going to deal with crosses going into the box every day of the week. But there's a big difference in the type of crosses and the type of areas Rangers are attacking at the start of the second half compared to the end of the first half. You know, the end of the first half, they don't really have anyone in the box because, as you say, I think Egerman's often drifting wide. Barami didn't have a good game. Chris and I spoke a little bit about him pre-match. And that was a first half performance that we've seen before. What was the stat you read, Stevie, with the number of goals away from home? Because am I right in saying that Ross County is the only time Rangers have scored more than once away from home?
It's 7 goals in 8 away games, and 3 of them came at Ross County. 3 of them came at Ross County when it was Egerman.
Who cares? That's enough. I've done enough of the stats tonight. I want to thank every single person. Tony Haggerty, as a hun, you say. I never said Tony Haggerty's a hun. No, he's not. He's a Celtic fan. He used to work for the Daily Record. Tony Haggerty's a good reporter. I never said he was a Hun. Never once said he was a Hun. He works for the Daily Record. He's a reporter that works for the same company as all these other media types, and that's fact. I'm only talking facts. I don't go out there to talk nonsense about other people. Anyway, have an absolutely fantastic evening. It's been wonderful Boxing Day. I've probably spent more time on YouTube than I really expected to do tonight. Let's all laugh at the Rangers. Let's all laugh at the fact that we are potentially on the road to being champions again. And on that note, have an absolutely fantastic day, Celtic fans all around the world.